Tonight's story, The Golden Bird, is a hand-picked fairy tale from the Brothers Grimm and has been adapted to ease you into a deep, restful slumber. Settle in and let the words carry you into a gentle sleep. Once upon a time, in a tranquil kingdom, wrapped in endless green, there was a beautiful garden, tended lovingly by a gentle king. In the heart of this serene garden stood a magical tree that bore golden apples gleaming softly in the sunlight. Each apple was precious, and the king would count them often. But one day, as the apples ripened, he noticed something strange. Every morning, one golden apple was missing. The king grew concerned and asked his gardener to keep watch beneath the tree. The gardener's eldest son offered to stay awake and guard the apples. But when midnight came, sleep quietly crept over him, and by dawn, another apple was gone. The next night, the second son tried his best, but like his brother, he too fell asleep as the stars twinkled above, and by morning, the tree had lost yet another apple. At last, the youngest son, gentle and determined, asked for a chance. Though the gardener worried for his safety, he finally agreed. That night, as the moonlight bathed the garden in a soft glow, the boy sat beneath the golden tree and waited. When the clock struck 12, he heard a faint rustling sound. Glancing up, he saw a magnificent bird with feathers of pure gold shining like the dawn. The bird fluttered down toward the tree, reaching for an apple. Gently, the boy raised his bow and let an arrow fly, not to harm the bird, but to startle it. The golden bird flew away, leaving behind a single shining feather that drifted slowly to the ground. In the morning, the boy brought the feather to the king, who marveled at its beauty. "This feather is more precious than anything in the kingdom," he said. "But I must have the whole bird." Thus the gardener's eldest son set out, hoping to find the golden bird. Along the way, he met a fox with fur as red as the setting sun. "Do not harm me," said the fox gently. "I know you seek the golden bird. Follow my advice and you will succeed," the fox explained. The fox went on to say that in a nearby village, the boy would find 2 inns, one grand and lively, the other plain and quiet. "Stay in the quiet inn," the fox advised. But the boy ignored the advice, drawn to the grand inn with its music and merriment. Therefore, he forgot his quest entirely. When he did not return, the second son set out. He too met the fox, who kindly offered the same advice. But like his brother, he chose the grand inn and was soon lost in its pleasures. Finally, the youngest son asked to go. Though his father feared for him, he could not refuse. As the boy journeyed through the peaceful woods, the fox appeared once more and offered his help. This time, the boy listened with gratitude. "Sit upon my tail," said the fox kindly, "and I will take you swiftly on your way." And so over the fields and hills they went, the wind whispering softly through their hair. That evening, the boy stayed in the plain inn, as the fox had advised. In the morning, the fox returned and guided him to a grand castle where the golden bird was kept. "When you find the bird," the fox said, "do not be tempted to place it in the golden cage beside it. Leave it in its simple wooden cage, and all will be well." The boy entered the castle and found the bird, just as the fox had described. But as he gazed at the shining golden cage, he thought, "Surely the bird deserves a finer home." As he opened the cage, the bird let out a loud cry, waking the guards. Though the guards approached him, they did not harm the boy. Instead, they brought him before the king, who listened to his story and adventures with interest. "You shall have the golden bird," said the king kindly, "if you can bring me a golden horse that runs as swiftly as the wind." Though the task seemed daunting, the boy agreed and set out once more. The fox appeared again and offered his help. "This time, do exactly as I say," said the fox with a gentle smile. And so, with the fox's guidance, the boy found the golden horse and brought it back to the king. Delighted, the king kept his promise and gave the boy the golden bird. He also gave the boy the golden horse. And as he journeyed home with the golden bird and the golden horse, the fox came to the boy one last time. "I have guided you through many trials," said the fox. "Now I ask for one final favor. Set me free." Though it made him sad, the boy agreed. With tears in his eyes, he bid the fox farewell. In that moment, the fox transformed into a prince, long lost but now found, and the boy and the prince parted as friends. At last the boy returned home with the golden bird singing sweetly and the golden horse trotting gracefully by his side. And peace settled over the kingdom, and joy filled the hearts of all. As night fell, the golden bird's song drifted gently through the air, like a lullaby carried by the wind. The stars above twinkled softly, and the land lay quiet and serene. And so, with hearts full of gratitude and dreams as golden as the apples of the king's tree, they all lived happily ever after.